Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers, shocking twists and turns set to shake Genoa City this fall. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers hint that big twists and turns are coming down the pike in GC. Let's take a sneak peek at what you can expect in the coming months as exes clash and so much more. Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? 1. Jill fights for Billy. Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, returns to Genoa City and this move rattles her son Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. The pair have been estranged for some time and most of that is Billy's fault. He can't get over her taking Chancellor away from him, and yes, he is in midlife now, not a 5-year-old. Jill sold Chancellor to Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, and Billy can't get past the traitorous move. However, Jill is on a mission to fix their mother-son bond. Jill has her work cut out for her as Mad Billy has unleashed his dark side and feels he doesn't need family. 2. Audra vs. Noah. Next, we have Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, returning to GC with a fun new storyline. Noah's safety is in jeopardy in Los Angeles. Could this have to do with his ex Audra Charles's, Zuleika Silver, dirty dealings there? What is this? Audra and Noah's history will be front and center in Genoa City and we expect all kinds of fireworks to fly. Spoiler alert, fans will see an edgier Noah. 3. Chelsea turns dark. Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, was a con artist and she returns to form soon. Her boo Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, is unhappy with her defense of her ex Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. What does Chelsea do about that? She lets herself go and partners in crime with Adam. As a result of their dark bond, look for Chelsea and Adam to grow their sizzling connection. Chelsea Lawson shocks Genoa City, her dark side emerges in a twist no one saw coming. Genoa City has seen its fair share of betrayals, power plays, and shocking twists, but nothing could have prepared fans for Chelsea Lawson's newest transformation. For years, Chelsea has walked the fine line between redemption and relapse, love and manipulation, sanity and obsession. She has worn many faces, fashion designer, mother, lover, con artist, and victim, but now, in a twist no one saw coming, Chelsea's darker impulses are bubbling back to the surface, leaving fans on edge as to just how far she will go this time. This storyline not only shakes Chelsea's world but also ripples across the canvas of The Young and the Restless, affecting the Newmans, the Abbotts, and even her closest allies. Chelsea's journey in Genoa City has always been layered with complexity. She started as a grifter with secrets of her own, a woman who arrived with baggage that instantly made her a character to watch. Over the years, viewers have seen her attempt to redefine herself, to fight for love and stability, to be a devoted mother to Connor, and to prove she can change. Yet, there has always been a lingering shadow over Chelsea, an edge of unpredictability, a sense that under the polished exterior lies someone capable of manipulation and revenge when cornered. That shadow is back, and this time, Chelsea is embracing it fully, shocking those who thought she had finally settled into a better life. The catalyst for Chelsea's shocking descent may have started quietly, but in true soap fashion, the build-up has been simmering under the surface for months. Pressures in her personal life, struggles in her relationships, and Connor's challenges have weighed heavily on her psyche. At first, Chelsea tried to handle it with grace, leaning on Adam, Billy, and others when needed. But beneath the surface, resentment, jealousy, and desperation began to fester. Chelsea's biggest flaw has always been her inability to fully trust those around her, and that paranoia may be what sends her spiraling down a dangerous path. The first signs of Chelsea's unraveling may not have seemed obvious to everyone in Genoa City, but keen viewers could spot the subtle hints. A sharp tone in conversations, a fleeting glare, or a calculated silence, these small moments have painted the picture of a woman battling her inner demons. Chelsea is no stranger to breakdowns, but this time feels different. This isn't just about sadness or vulnerability, this is about control, power, and vengeance. Her darker side isn't creeping in slowly, it's exploding back with a vengeance, and Chelsea seems almost comfortable letting it take over. The big question fans are asking is, who will be caught in Chelsea's storm? Adam Newman, her former flame and the father of her son, may find himself in her crosshairs once again. While Chelsea and Adam share a complicated, magnetic bond, their relationship is built on a history of betrayal and mistrust. Adam has tried to support Chelsea in her darker times, but his own life has been filled with chaos, and his loyalties are divided between Sally, Nick, and the Newman empire. If Adam chooses the wrong side in Chelsea's eyes, she may use their son Connor as leverage, creating a custody war that could tear both parents apart. Billy Abbott is another player who could become entangled in Chelsea's darkness. Their bond has been deep, layered with shared pain and a genuine emotional connection. Billy has been one of the few people Chelsea could lean on during her struggles with mental health. But what happens when that trust turns to obsession? Chelsea may blur the line between gratitude and possessiveness, and if Billy dares to pull away, her darker impulses could push her to manipulate situations in order to keep him close. Billy, already no stranger to emotional turmoil, may find himself overwhelmed by Chelsea's increasingly unpredictable behavior. Outside of romance, Chelsea's darker side could shake up Genoa City's business landscape as well. Chelsea has a history in the fashion industry, and her creative brilliance could be weaponized into a tool for revenge. With Marchetti, Jabot, and Newman Media all playing central roles in Genoa City's business world, Chelsea could return to her roots in a way that disrupts everyone. Imagine her teaming up with Audra Charles, another woman who thrives in the shadows, to launch a project that threatens both Newman and Abbott empires. The possibilities are endless, and dangerous. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of Chelsea's dark turn is the impact it could have on Connor. As a mother, Chelsea has always fought fiercely to protect her son. But if her darker impulses spiral out of control, Chelsea could unintentionally damage the very bond she treasures most. Fans know that soap children often become the emotional core of a storyline, and Connor may be placed in a devastating position, forced to choose between his mother and father, or worse, caught in the middle of Chelsea's manipulations. The toll on Connor could become the ultimate tragedy of Chelsea's descent. What makes this storyline so compelling is how it blurs the line between villain and victim. Chelsea is not a one-note character, she is deeply human, with flaws that are both relatable and terrifying. Her struggles with mental health, her fear of abandonment, and her desperate need for love make her sympathetic even when she's making questionable choices. Viewers may find themselves torn, rooting for Chelsea to fight back against her demons, while also bracing for the destruction she might cause if she gives in to them. This duality keeps fans hooked, as Chelsea is never fully predictable. In Genoa City, darkness rarely stays contained to one person. Chelsea's spiral is bound to ripple outward, touching lives in unexpected ways. Sharon, for instance, may find herself stepping back into Chelsea's orbit as a voice of reason or as a rival, especially if Adam becomes a central figure in Chelsea's plans. Chloe, Chelsea's longtime confidant, could also play a crucial role, either as the friend trying desperately to pull Chelsea back from the brink or as the next person betrayed when Chelsea's manipulations go too far. Chloe's loyalty has been tested before, but will this be the breaking point? And then there's Victor Newman, the patriarch who always has his finger on the pulse of Genoa City. If Chelsea's schemes start interfering with Newman business, or if Connor's well-being is threatened, Victor may decide it's time to intervene. And when Victor steps in, the consequences are rarely subtle. Chelsea may find herself facing the wrath of the most powerful man in town, and that could either break her or push her further into villain territory. The beauty of this storyline is its unpredictability. Fans are buzzing with theories. Will Chelsea sabotage Adam's life, manipulate Billy into staying by her side, or strike out on her own to build a new empire fueled by revenge? Could she team up with unlikely allies like Audra or Phyllis, women who know exactly how to operate in the shadows? Or will Chelsea's darkness consume her? From sweetheart to schemer? Chelsea's stunning transformation leaves fans speechless. Chelsea Lawson has always been one of the most intriguing characters in Genoa City, but no one could have anticipated the shocking transformation that is now unfolding before our eyes. Once the woman fans rooted for as she worked hard to rebuild her life and prove herself as a devoted mother, Chelsea is taking a dark turn that is leaving viewers stunned and glued to their screens. Her journey from sweetheart to schemer is one of the most captivating character evolutions The Young and the Restless has delivered in recent years, and it's setting the stage for seismic drama across Genoa City. Chelsea's story has always been layered with complexity. She came into town with a past full of cons and secrets, yet over time, she evolved into someone who fought for redemption. Her battles with mental health, her deep love for her son Connor, and her attempts to carve out a stable, respectable life made her a character audiences could empathize with. Many fans believed Chelsea had finally turned a corner, embracing love, friendship, and honesty as her guiding principles. But Genoa City is not a town where peace lasts long, and Chelsea's transformation proves that the past has a way of resurfacing when we least expect it. The first signs of Chelsea's shift were subtle. It began with small moments, lingering looks, sharp remarks, and calculated pauses that suggested her mind was racing with schemes. At first, it was easy to dismiss as stress or the burden of parenting Connor through difficult times. But as the weeks unfolded, it became clear that Chelsea wasn't just struggling, she was changing. The woman once determined to do right was now plotting moves that would destabilize relationships, business empires, and even her closest friendships. One of the most striking aspects of Chelsea's transformation is how she has begun to reclaim her roots as a manipulator. In her early days, Chelsea was a con artist who could outwit almost anyone, and while she tried to bury that part of herself, it never fully disappeared. Now, those skills are resurfacing with razor-sharp precision. Chelsea isn't simply reacting to challenges, she's orchestrating them, pulling strings behind the scenes to ensure that things play out in her favor. It's a chilling reminder that the most dangerous schemers are often those who can wear the mask of innocence while plotting chaos in the shadows. Adam Newman, Chelsea's longtime love and the father of her child, may be one of the first to feel the sting of her scheming. Their relationship has always been tempestuous, full of passion, betrayal, and unfinished business. While Chelsea has leaned on Adam during her lowest points, there's an undeniable bitterness that remains between them. Adam's current entanglements with Sally and his family's business could give Chelsea the perfect leverage to insert herself into his life again, but this time, not as a partner, but as a puppet master. By using Connor as a weapon, Chelsea could draw Adam into a web of guilt, responsibility, and manipulation, leaving him torn between his loyalties and his instincts. Billy Abbott, too, may become ensnared in Chelsea's darker game. Billy has been one of the few people to see Chelsea's vulnerability and offer her compassion. Their connection was built on raw honesty, two broken souls finding solace in each other's company. But what if Chelsea decides that Billy's comfort is no longer enough? What if she wants control instead? Billy could quickly find himself pulled into a toxic dynamic, where Chelsea manipulates his emotions to keep him close. For Billy, who is already struggling with his own demons and family issues, this could be a turning point that pushes him further into chaos. Chelsea's scheming, however, doesn't end with her romantic connections. Genoa City is a town fueled by business rivalries, and Chelsea has both the brains and the cunning to make a major move in that arena. Imagine Chelsea aligning herself with someone like Audra Charles, whose ambition and ruthlessness rival anyone's. Together, these two could pose a serious threat to established power players like the Newmans and the Abbotts. Whether through a new fashion venture, a media scheme, or a bold corporate takeover, Chelsea's ability to blend creativity with manipulation could prove to be a game-changer. One of the most heartbreaking potential consequences of Chelsea's turn is the impact on her friendship with Chloe Mitchell. Chloe has always been Chelsea's ride or die, the one person who stood by her through thick and thin. But even the most loyal friendships have breaking points, and if Chelsea's scheming starts to put Chloe in difficult positions, or worse, if Chelsea betrays her, this could be one of the most emotional ruptures in the storyline. Fans who have cherished their friendship for years may find themselves devastated if Chelsea crosses a line that Chloe can't forgive. The ripple effects of Chelsea's actions are bound to reach Sharon as well. Sharon and Chelsea have a complicated history, rooted in their shared connections to Adam and their differences in how they approach life. If Chelsea's scheming begins to involve Adam in a more direct way, Sharon could find herself once again pulled into Chelsea's orbit. Sharon may attempt to be the voice of reason, trying to guide Chelsea back toward the light, but this time, Chelsea might be too far gone. The rivalry between these two strong women could reignite in a way that electrifies Genoa City. And then there's Victor Newman, the ultimate power broker. If Chelsea's actions begin to threaten Newman family stability, Victor won't hesitate to step in. His loyalty to his son Adam only goes so far, and his desire to protect his empire goes further. Chelsea may think she's playing a clever game, but if she lands herself on Victor's radar as a threat, she could find herself facing consequences she never expected. Victor has dealt with schemers before, but Chelsea's intelligence and emotional connections to his family could make her one of the most dangerous adversaries he's ever had to handle. What makes Chelsea's transformation so captivating is the moral complexity it brings to the canvas. She isn't simply turning into a one-dimensional villain. She's a woman whose struggles, insecurities, and pain are leading her down a path of questionable choices. Fans may find themselves torn between condemnation and sympathy, recognizing the reasons behind her actions, even as they fear the destruction she might cause. That tension is what makes Chelsea's story so powerful, as it mirrors real-life struggles of identity, control, and the temptation to give in to our darker impulses. The transformation also raises fascinating questions about redemption. Can someone like Chelsea truly change, or is the pull of her scheming nature too strong to resist? If she continues down this path, will there be a breaking point where she realizes the damage she's causing and fights to reclaim her humanity? Or will she fully embrace the role of a schemer, becoming one of Genoa City's most formidable antagonists? These questions keep viewers guessing, fueling passionate debates among fans about Chelsea's fate. In the end, Chelsea Lawson's stunning transformation from sweetheart to schemer is a storyline that reminds us why The Young and the Restless has endured for decades. It's about characters who feel real, whose flaws and choices captivate us, frustrate us, and keep us coming back for more. Chelsea Breaks Bad, the shocking betrayal that could destroy everything on Y&R. Chelsea Lawson has been many things to Genoa City over the years: con artist, fashion designer, devoted mother, redeemed heroine, and a woman struggling with the weight of her past. Fans have watched her rise and fall, stumble and recover, always hoping she might finally find peace. But now, in a jaw-dropping twist that could upend everything, Chelsea is breaking bad. Her latest betrayal has the power not only to unravel her own life but to send shockwaves through every corner of The Young and the Restless. The stakes have never been higher, and the fallout could destroy the very fabric of Genoa City's most powerful families. Chelsea's betrayal doesn't come out of nowhere. Longtime fans know that her darker impulses have always lurked just beneath the surface. Even when she's at her most vulnerable, there's a spark of cunning that has carried her through impossible situations. Chelsea was never truly just the sweet, reformed mother she wanted people to see. She's always had the potential to cross lines others wouldn't dare. What makes this betrayal so explosive is that it comes at a moment when everyone believed she had finally stabilized. The shock isn't just in what she's done, it's in the fact that no one saw it coming. At the center of Chelsea's world is her son, Connor. Every choice she's made, good or bad, has in some way been tied to her devotion to him. But what if Chelsea's betrayal puts Connor right in the middle of a dangerous storm? If her actions jeopardize his future, Chelsea risks losing the one thing that has grounded her for years. Rumors swirl that Chelsea may use Connor as leverage in a new scheme, either against Adam or Billy, drawing the boy into a custody battle or emotional tug-of-war that could devastate him. This would mark a turning point not just for Chelsea but for the entire Newman family, as Victor and others would surely step in to protect Connor from his mother's spiraling choices. Adam Newman is perhaps the person most likely to feel the sting of Chelsea's betrayal. Their love story has been one of passion, heartbreak, and manipulation, and though Adam has tried to move forward with Sally, his connection to Chelsea remains strong through Connor. If Chelsea decides to strike at Adam, whether by undermining his relationship with Sally, sabotaging his role at Newman, or cutting him off from his son, the betrayal could ignite a war between them unlike anything we've seen before. Adam, already no stranger to betrayal himself, could find this one too personal to forgive. Billy Abbott is another potential casualty in Chelsea's downfall. Their bond has been tender and genuine, born out of shared pain and mutual healing. But Billy's history with women who carry emotional baggage makes him particularly vulnerable to manipulation. Chelsea's betrayal could involve twisting that trust, luring Billy into a situation where he feels responsible for her, only to realize too late that she's been using him for her own ends. For Billy, who has struggled with his own identity and place in the Abbott family, Chelsea's actions could reopen old wounds and send him spiraling. But perhaps the most shocking possibility is that Chelsea's betrayal doesn't target just one person, it targets an entire empire. Chelsea has roots in the fashion industry, and her sharp mind could make her a formidable opponent in business. Imagine Chelsea secretly aligning herself with Audra Charles or even Phyllis Summers, two women who thrive on cunning and strategy, to create a rival venture aimed at destroying Newman Media, Marchetti, or Jabot. Such a move would not only pit Chelsea against Adam, Billy, and the Abbotts but could also ignite a corporate war that draws in the likes of Victor, Jack, and even Nikki. Chelsea turning her back on the very people who helped her build a new life would be the ultimate betrayal. Friendship has always been Chelsea's saving grace, particularly her bond with Chloe Mitchell. Through thick and thin, Chloe has stood by Chelsea, even when no one else would. But a betrayal that cuts too deep could shatter their sisterhood for good. If Chelsea manipulates Chloe, lies to her, or drags her into a scheme that puts her family at risk, Chloe may finally decide she can no longer defend her best friend. The collapse of this friendship would be a heartbreak for fans who have cherished their ride-or-die connection for years. Sharon Rosales may also be swept into the chaos. Sharon and Chelsea have often been at odds, their rivalry rooted in their tangled histories with Adam and their very different worldviews. If Chelsea's betrayal involves Adam, Sharon could find herself once again in conflict with her old adversary. Sharon may try to intervene for Connor's sake, but Chelsea's darker impulses might make her lash out in ways Sharon doesn't expect. This rivalry could reignite with a vengeance, bringing back sparks of some of the most iconic feuds in recent memory. Of course, no betrayal in Genoa City happens without catching the attention of Victor Newman. Victor has long tolerated Chelsea because of her role in Connor's life and her ties to Adam. But if Chelsea's betrayal crosses into Newman business or threatens Connor's well-being, Victor will not hesitate to put her in her place. Facing off against Victor is never wise, but Chelsea's intelligence and desperation might push her to take risks that even Victor could find difficult to contain. This would elevate her from a personal threat to a corporate and family-level adversary, making her one of the most dangerous players on the canvas. What makes Chelsea's turn so compelling is that it's rooted in very real human emotions, fear, jealousy, insecurity, and the hunger for control. Unlike villains who operate purely out of malice, Chelsea's betrayal feels heartbreakingly human, which makes it all the more devastating. Fans who once cheered for her redemption arc now find themselves questioning whether they should feel anger, pity, or a mix of both. This moral gray area keeps the storyline electric, as Chelsea isn't simply breaking bad for shock value, she's breaking bad because of choices, emotions, and vulnerabilities that feel painfully real. The fallout from Chelsea's betrayal could reshape Genoa City for years to come. Families may fracture, alliances may shift, and businesses may collapse under the weight of her schemes. The ripple effect could draw in characters who haven't been tied to Chelsea in years, pulling half the town into the drama. As Genoa City reacts, fans will be left wondering whether Chelsea can ever be redeemed again, or if this betrayal marks the point of no return. Chelsea Lawson has always been unpredictable, but this latest betrayal cements her as one of the most complex and dangerous figures in The Young and the Restless. Her choices will not only define her future but could destroy everything she once claimed to love. Genoa City will never be the same, and fans are left breathless waiting to see how far Chelsea is willing to go now that she's Breaking Bad.